master classes this afternoon here at MIC. We were very lucky this year to be able to have two piano master classes, and this is the second one. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Angela Cheng and Alvin Chow, two people I've known for quite a while. They both did their undergraduate work at Juilliard School, at the Juilliard School, and then they embarked on a long association and love for, in their graduate work with Menachem Pressler at Indiana University. These two people are marvelous musicians and marvelous pianists. They are both wonderful soloists, and they're absolutely fantastic duo pianists. They are now, and have been for 25 years, on the faculty of the Oberlin Conservatory of Music, and they are here to impart their wonderful wisdom of their own and carrying on the legend of their wonderful teacher, Menachem Pressler. Looking forward. Okay. Thank you. All right. We have the first person, Brian Wood.
beautiful playing. Very musical, very sensitive. No, I loved it. It was wonderful. Really, really wonderful.
It's a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
Felt your poise was excellent. Just a real sense of control over what you wanted to do with the piano. You had a plan, and we could hear you thinking and feeling through that plan. Very, very successful performance. Very, very valuable. How old were you?
Wonderful. Great. Okay, so is this the edition you learned out of, or you used another edition?
I used another edition.
Which one did you use? Schirmer. Okay. Do you have that with you?
No.
No? Oh. Well, I would just be a little careful because this one and the Paderewski, which are the two that I think are the best editions for Chopin, because they're both Polish, may be the most reliable, because you play so incredibly well, but sometimes your left hand would be playing things that's not on the score. In the right harmony, but not quite exactly what he wrote. For example, at the very end, when we have the appassionato, you know, after that big low, there's a big low A flat. I'm sure that's in your Schirmer score, yeah? So be careful, because so much of it is already so good, but you want to make sure that you're doing what Chopin wrote in the left hand, okay?
Is there anything you want to address? I don't know if you knew that we were going to teach you at the same time. Okay, you knew that. Okay.
I promise we'll try our best not to fight.
Okay.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
As I said before, I thought the pacing was beautiful. I think your flexibility of the rhythm is quite beautiful. I think actually you can do more with that if you'd like. The one thing that I thought was that as you get to your big climax, and we'll get to that hopefully during this time, is that your tendency is to go faster. And sometimes for me, when you reach a climax, it almost gets there too quickly for my taste. And I think you can hold back and breathe actually bigger breaths as you reach. It almost makes us want it more when we have to wait for it just a little bit. So that expansion, but you know, I knew exactly why you were doing what you did, and so that was beautiful. But maybe we'll experiment with timing in a different way.
No, good. All good. So shall we start again one more time from the beginning? Yeah, Ryan, I wonder if we could somehow make that left hand a little bit more. It's like the beginning. He writes low D flat, and then goes to a higher D flat. So it's like the beginning. The left hand not just, but it has to set up a little sound, and then you bring the right hand in. Yeah. So it kind of like it becomes the background, but it needs to be a little bit more in the foreground for sostenuto. Yeah, sustaining sound. I think it's very nice because you are very musical and natural pianist. You got softer, but I don't hear you get there. So somehow I should be softer, but I would like for you to hear how this, because it will affect the timing. Yeah, that how it just eventually evaporates into that B flat. Both hands, not just the right hand.
That's exactly it. It's actually going to, I think, affect more the left hand in the way that it tapers in that bar. But that's beautiful. Do you want to try it one more time?
Yeah, maybe from here. Dum. Listen to it. Nice.
You know, that's beautiful how you approach that. But from here all the way to there, there's something about about that distance, that I think you can really expand on that. The sound that you're playing on that first C, to me it's too pale, too shy. Somehow I want to hear
This
that.
high C he's talking about.
So maybe just from here, and then actually I think of it as a reach from here. So lean a little bit more on that.
Listen. That's right. So Ryan, what key are we in now?
B flat minor.
B flat minor. The beginning is what key?
D flat major.
D flat major. Do you think the sound should be different?
Yes.
Yes. Make sure it's clear, because right now I feel like it's pretty good, but I don't really feel a change of color. Play the beginning when the melody comes in. D flat major. And now play me B flat minor. Okay, so do you think the B flat minor is more?
No. Yes.
You do? I think it's the other way. Try. D flat major. And then because there's 4 phrases that has to develop. If you there's no room to grow. Yeah? So try one more time. The sadness of B flat minor. D flat major. This is sweet. Good. And now B flat minor.
I think it's beautiful. I'm going to be the devil's advocate in this case. I actually think it could be more of what you were saying before. There are a couple of reasons. One is now the melody's doubled. It was just a single note before, now he has that doubling. And then he writes the word espressivo on top of that. Whereas the first theme is marked with a dolce. To me, there's just a little bit of a difference. I know you can play it this way. But I think that there's a way of moving into it the way that you did the first time. I also think, third thing, is that there is much more syncopation in the way that he's writing this. So it feels a little bit more urgent in a way, a little bit more that
I agree with
direction.
you, but I just don't think it should start loud.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we play the D flat major too soft, when it comes back in pianissimo, how are you going to do it? There's no room, yeah? So I think this B flat minor should be a different color. Even though it's espressivo, even though it has 2 voices, even though it has all of these syncopation things, it just needs to somehow find that sadness inside before you open up.
Because where are you going? Starting at this point, where are you going? Where's the
Ultimate goal.
Here.
Yeah, over there.
Forte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a long journey. So that is true. So if you can find that sound just at the B flat minor and then expand knowing that you have to go all the way from there to the forte here, then I think that we can have this beautiful long phrase. Can we try that? Or do you want to do
Yeah,
something
no,
else?
let's try that one more time. This is kind of rhythmically a little bit complicated, right? With triplets, with dotted notes, with grace notes, so complicated. Rest. But I want you to make sure that you're not just doing it because it's printed that way. It has to somehow sound like someone speaking about something. So what do I mean? Mean that sometimes it feels a little bit I'm not sure exactly what you're doing, except that you're playing a triplet, you're playing a dotted rhythm. But I want you to try something for me. That when you see dot, and this applies to most Chopin, it's not necessarily that but it has a little bit of suspension and time. And when you have rest, also takes rather it's time. It's a little bit of rubato. So you're saying as if they were words that are speaking. Yeah? Can we try once? Just exaggerating the rest and the dot. Try once. Good. So for example, this comes in way too early because of the grace note making you nervous. Does that make sense? Yeah? Also be careful. Whack. That's a resolution. Yeah? It's a diminuendo. Be careful. Try one more time. Suspend. Yes. Yes. Good. That's it.
It's very
That
well
was
done.
beautiful.
In this long phrase, again, you have this here, and then you have this which expands it, and then you have that as well. So somehow you can use this part here, this one here, and that there as the means to building up your phrase. So not too much maybe on this, maybe a little bit more the second time, and then third time, and then so forth. He actually is intensifying just with the rhythms and all of the grace notes and everything. So that kind of holds everything into place. Do you want to start there and let him go all the way through?
Yeah, or maybe I'm
else?
just worried about time. We only have 10 minutes left, and there's certain things I want to...
Okay, well...
Do you want to try this first?
One time.
Okay.
One time. So first time.
See, that's too early for me. Enjoy the dot. Nice. A flat, not A natural. Yes. Okay, good, very, very good. May I have the second time when the theme is in pianissimo? What's different this time, besides the dynamic? Anything up until this point? The slurs. Yeah, and I'm not sure you're doing the slur. What's the two-note slur? What should happen?
There should be more break between them.
Break? What about the sound? Is it dee-da, dee-da, all even? Because what's happening is dee da da da, and you're doing a crescendo. I kind of understand, but it's not crescendo with every note, but that it has dee. What are the notes? It's not legato, where every note is going towards the crescendo, right? T. Yeah, it's timing and diminuendo. Okay, timing is good. For me, there could even be more diminuendo. D, a little bit softer on the second of the slur. Right from the B flat, please. T. Better. Continue. But there's this beautiful in the left hand.
It was better the first time.
Yeah. One more time. Better. I have a question. What does leggerissimo mean? Very light, yeah? And you play that well. But I feel that it would be even more amazing if the part around it is not also light. So what if you da-dee-da-dum, with this chromaticism be really espressivo, ta-yam, ti-da-da-da-da-dum, and then for the leggerissimo. Do you want to try that?
Just a little bit, you don't have to do it again, but just always remember to resolve those dissonances before you go on. Did you have another place?
Yes. Just be careful some of those bass notes. Yeah, you're doing a little bit of composing. All this was good, and cadenza here was fantastic. I liked it very much. Can we just jump to the appassionato? Can we start from the, by the way, what does con anima mean? No.
Con animato would be animated. Con anima. It's a very different feeling.
It's with love,
With
with care,
soul.
with soul. Yeah, something very expressive. Yeah. Okay. Maybe let's just start from this one. See, I think the sound has to be a little bit richer because he didn't just write dolce, con anima. So a little bit more espressivo, a little bit more sound. One second.
That's very good. This is actually one of the places where I thought you would just hurry a little bit too much, and I think that you can just take a little bit of time. Maybe you were thinking of that as maybe giving you license to move forward, but in this case, I think it just means take time,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, and the forzato, you know, he's done thirds, yeah? Thirds. Still thirds. Now he writes a six and he writes con forza. It's like the third had just been ripped to six. Yeah? So not so. Enjoy it. Yeah? He just ripped it and poured his heart out for you. There, yeah? One more time. Same place. Nice.
sometimes these markings here, where you have these, they either look like long or large accents or diminuendos. And many times in Chopin, what we will do is interpret that as a placement, a timing, maybe just lingering. And so instead of getting faster there, I would maybe sit a little bit longer, those kinds of things. So you can move maybe a little bit there, but not so much there.
And make sure your voice, when we play loud, sometimes you just go, everything is loud, but it still has a hierarchy. The voicing of those chords, yeah? Right in the comfort sound. Voice and better. Oh, low A flat is so amazing. We need it. We need it. That's right.
Yeah, and I would do the pedaling as Chopin has indicated. Don't change it again.
Yeah.
It's all the same harmony.
Good idea.
It just enriches that sound quality.
Good idea. Okay. Can we do the variation one? Yeah. So he writes these grace notes and making these tenths, yeah, on these slurs. Yours is too hidden, yeah? I don't think you should hide it. So first time, it should be like little twinkles, little stars. I want to hear them. I mean, eventually, you know, get used to it, but I don't think they should be hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, try one more time. Good. That's right. Good. It's very beautiful in this coda with the calando. I think the feeling is right, but I think there are how many voices that we have here in the right hand? Two. And I would love to have a little conversation going on. Right now it's very only top voice. Yeah, but if you yeah, then we could hear. So amazing. Yeah, bring that out. Top voice. And now alto. Good. And since this feeling is commandos dying away, the top voice doesn't need to be projected very much, I think. We will always hear the top. It's the underneath voice that sometimes we don't get to hear. Yeah? So no need to push the top. Just make sure I can hear the entrance of the alto. One more try and then we'll have to stop soon.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful coloring. Why are you slowing down quite so much? Do you
In this
realize?
part.
Because if you just think about what your left hand is doing, of course we want to take some time. We're going to dive even further, but your tempo here is almost twice as slow as what you're doing here. And I think it could just float away more,
Yeah,
more
because
easily.
the left hand, the bar before, has 6 notes a beat. He writes 7. So it's supposed to be slower than the 6.
No, it should be faster.
It should be faster. So be careful, don't rush the 6. And then make sure when you start the 7, at least feel slightly faster than a group of 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do maybe just the last bar of the last phrase, somewhere around there. C natural. Slightly faster. That's better, yeah. Otherwise, before this was really fast, and then this is like quite a bit slower. So, you know, it's like riding in a car. All of a sudden, somebody braked big time, yeah? And you get whiplash, and that's not good, okay? Beautiful. Bravo to you. Bravo, Aaron. Very, very nice. Wonderful performance.
So, how long have you been working on it?
Since last summer.
Last summer? Very good. Very good. Do you play the whole concerto yet? Just okay.
You should continue. Yeah, it's like reading a great book. You only read the first chapter. Yeah, you want to be able to finish it. And you play this extremely well. Many, many good things. Bravo to you and your teacher. Go ahead.
I liked a lot of it, very, very much. Temperament is good. I think it's very strong. I think that you have all the right ideas. I would actually just take those ideas and push them all forward.
Me too.
There's something about concerto playing that is very different from playing solo. And Mendelssohn, of course, we think the solo pieces, the biggest pieces, the variation series, or the songs without words. But this concerto, both concertos, they're just big pieces. And so when you're playing with the second piano, sometimes the tendency is to think, oh, I don't want to cover the second piano. But what happens is that then you leave the audience doubting a little bit. How are they going to play when there's 60, 70 other people on stage playing? And so the idea of making that sound, a concerto sound, is very, very important. So we're going to maybe talk a little bit about that. It's not necessarily just using more body, although that would help in some cases, but also your right foot. Because many times I think you could use that pedal and just expand the sound easily without having to do anything more with your hands.
Mm-hmm. And you know, look at what he writes at the beginning. Not just molto allegro con fuoco. You know what con fuoco means?
Fire.
With fire, right? So he doesn't just want, nice. He wants something really, really spicy. Yeah, and so you need to just give it a little bit, because all the ideas are correct, just needs to go 10-20% further.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Shall we just start?
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Okay, very good. From even the very first chord, I think it's too short. It's a quarter note. Is that right? It has a dot on it, but it's a quarter note. And somehow when you do ba 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 ba, those are great. But the first chord, yum ba ba ba.
I mean, why didn't Mendelssohn write? But he write 8 notes. Why? Yeah, it's not to hide it. It has to have some importance.
Just a slight touch of pedal, just a slight. So the orchestras had their say for 8 bars. Then you come in, so it doesn't actually have to be bum bum right away. Jum bum 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 bum. I would take just a little bit of time. Then the second time we don't need to do it, but maybe the first one just a little late. To me, the crescendo is good, but I don't actually hear every 8th note. Bum, 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 bum. It's almost like you're doing a generic crescendo, but can you really concentrate on every single part of those 8th notes being a single bit more? One last thing with the sound here, your crescendo is good in your right hand, your left hand can also help in the crescendo, so just make sure you pace that as well. From the beginning.
I really could feel the fire. Now, there's a difference between these 16 notes, yeah, and these ones coming up, right? They're not the same. The first set, they are figural. They're just figures, yeah, outlining the harmony. Here, it's melodic. So every note has to be not swallowed up, yeah? Play the second set. Can you start around here? Now speak. Right, even though it's piano, it has to have. So these things are not important. You don't need to speak every one of those 16 notes, but here, I need everyone speaking, yeah? Good, much better. So there's a difference between the melodic 16ths and the ones that are just, show-offy kind of virtuosic 16ths. Or Figaro, just part of the figure. Now, one last thing analogy.
Okay.
If somebody says something to you, like your mother asks you, clean your room, please. Please clean your room. Would they say it the same way? No. Yeah. So make me want to hear something different. Something a little bit different. Every note. Good. I think that's much more convincing. Yeah.
Very good. And this is one of the other things about playing a concerto is that many times, of course, you will take over from the orchestra, but also you will lead into the orchestra. So when you do this ba 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 ba, it was almost a little bit of a letdown. Ba 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 ba. But the orchestra, ya la 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 ba ba, has to be there. So you need to crescendo through it so that you can help them lead you to that. So can we try it all the way back from here? Ba, 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 and
careful, Aaron. I don't feel that you hear it. You hear those notes as long. This is like you're listening with dum 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 ti dum. Can you somehow make those long notes get bigger?
It's very good. When we ask students to play long notes, we always say play long notes with long sound. And it's not just something that your ear sort of figures out. It's just if you think long sound, you will approach the key differently. It will just make that long sound. But if you're hearing bum 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 or ti ba dum bum bum, it will really change the mechanism. So all we have to do is want a sound, and the body
You'll find it.
mostly gets there. Can we try right on the pickup? Jump bum. That's better. I'm also not opposed to using a little bit of pedal, just touching. It's not to hold it down, bum, bum. I don't want that jump, bum, bum. So just a little bit.
Because I know the left hand has staccatos. Who wins, the staccato or the long note? Well, I think whoever has the melody wins. So this needs it, not the T, it needs length, so just a touch of pedal. Yes. Good.
Very good. Good. I like I see that your teacher has marked that this one would be more and this would be less. I think that's good. When you start this, though, I think you're actually going to there. Instead of doing a diminuendo, my feeling would be to go forward. I don't know what
that's
you
fine.
think.
Yeah.
Can we try that?
I think it's very good. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is the way you play the ending with the phrase. Whack! Is there a reason? There's no forzando, there's no accent, yeah? So I dum-da-dee-da, dum-da-dee-da-dee. It doesn't have the dum-da-dee-da, whack! Yeah, it's a little too aggressive. Good.
That's good. In a way, it says piano agitato, and then it says sforzando, and then it says sforzando. So what does that mean when you see a series of sforzandos?
Are they all the same?
No, generally it goes all the way back to Beethoven when we see this, but it generally means a crescendo. Mm-hmm. And so that piano, I think is too big already, this accent. I think your teacher's already marked it with the piano and then getting bigger. So it's just start, but not right away so big.
Good, that's already better. I wonder if the 16s, because the forzandos are so loud, I don't hear dum, How do we get to the forzando? Those 16ths need to be a little bit more melodic, yeah.
Yeah, they use those as little pickups, lead-ins into the principal note. So then that won't make the sforzando be quite so jarring. It's a little bit more of a pleading at this point because it's piano. If it were forte, then I'd say that sforzando is going to do that.
Yeah, I think they're slightly too loud, the forzandos.
Good. In this particular case, you know the way that the line, and then he starts over again and goes back down. So I agree with this. I think you can cut back way far and then do another crescendo. He's also doing a crescendo or an accelerando because here we have pulses every 2 beats, sorry. Here every beat, and now it's every 8th note. So he's already building in the excitement. If you can somehow take that and use it to your advantage. So start thinking in half notes, then quarters, and then 8ths, and then I think the crescendo will be even better. Half notes, now quarters, very good. I like this ending, yum bum bum. Sometimes with the pedal, if it's just as short as the attack, it will actually be authoritative and still have some brilliance. I thought this was a little bit soggy because it felt long to me.
And I didn't hear the rest, yeah?
Yeah.
Much better. Shall we continue? Okay, so these are like lion roars, yeah, or tsunamis, or very strong winds. It's almost like I can see every water droplet of the tsunami. It's so clear. Yeah, I'm not so sure he's after clarity. He has slurs over it. Yeah, what if I had a little bit more pedal?
Just a little bit, but
Little
yeah,
bit.
and even actually maybe not so articulated. I don't mean to take it away from it, but just to think of the surge.
Nice, I prefer that. Yeah.
And then the orchestra right away, bum, 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 bum. So it's kind of that
Contrast.
maximum contrast that we're looking for. So you have the roar, the surging, and then it has a little bit more objective, then you're that subjective roaring again. Can we try that?
Bum, 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 and bum, 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 bum. Okay, I have a question for you. Should these tsunamis all go to the same height of the waves? Okay, which one should be the most? That one. Why? Why the third one? Guess what? I think it's the second one. Why? It's the highest note. Yeah? Play the first one. Okay, next one. It gets to go there. Now here, it doesn't get to quite go there. Yeah? So I'm thinking the higher maybe is the biggest one. You want to try it? Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 and ba bum ba bum bum bum. Take it easy. That's right.
The scale is great, how you're bringing that up, every quarter note, but they tend to be the same. So really think of it as a long, long line.
And maybe too loud too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're playing piano. Boop, boop. You don't have to dum dum dum. It's a little bit too much too soon. More and more. That's good. That's
Very,
better.
very good.
Yeah.
If you can, as you go higher up and you're trying to make a crescendo all the way through, you're actually working at a disadvantage because the strings are thinner and they're shorter. So what you can do to help is actually play more left hand. That would help as you crescendo, think more on the left hand. And then I would just dab a little bit of pedal as you go higher and higher. Just touch, touch, touch again. It's just a matter of taking the resources of the piano and make them work for you. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay.
Let's just write on it, it's fine. Touch, touch, touch. Ding, 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 ding.
Good. And here, when you're getting into this, I wouldn't be so opposed to having a single pedal all the way through. The articulation, and because it's so high, even with the pedal, you will hear bum, 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 bum in the left hand. So the pedal, that's the idea. So for me, that would be the way to get to a double forte, even when you're way up at the top of the piano. It's just a way to help you.
Yeah.
You want
Can we just do the last 2 bars before? Good. And is there a reason why we're sticking to that E flat? You're sticking the landing on the top E flat? It's an eighth note. Has a dot? Yeah, it should be like a rocket that just went out. Your rocket is being caught. Yeah, I would be careful. Let it go. Short. That's right.
it.
Pedal, but short with your articulation. Yeah? One more try. Yeah, I don't think you need to change the pedal. The same, just hold the pedal, yeah? Go ahead.
I was actually going to suggest that you don't even need to change the pedal here.
Mm-hmm.
The chord stays exactly the same. Maybe in this one, since you're an octave lower, then I might change as you do. But I think you could go 2 full bars with 1 pedal.
Can we try it once with no pedal? Let me hear what it sounds like. Okay, good. Because sometimes with the pedal, your hand is so very long. He took the time to write those as 16th notes and put those rests. You know, it's not like us in a computer. You just tap and there we go. There's the rest. He has to dip the pen and write that little rest. Difficult, yeah? So please, I don't think it needs to be so long. Try one more time, no pedal. Good. Now with the pedal. It's much more brilliant. Yeah, I think it sounds much better. And it sounds, I think it's easier, maybe. Yeah.
And then 1 pedal for 2 bars.
Yeah. Good. Bum, 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 bum. And it's very convincing. The timing of this ritardando, sorry. What are you thinking? Oh, I'll just slow down. Are you counting at all? Do you play any other instrument, by the way, besides piano? No? Neither do I. I don't know why I say no. I tried the cello. Looked easy, but not for my hands. But in any case, imagine you're playing in an orchestra. Yeah? This is like, it could be written for an orchestra. Pizzicato, wind, bo, bo, bi, bi, bi. Different sets of wind, bo, di. And then he has ritardando. The conductor has to be able to show those. Oh, is the time already? 3 minutes, all right. So I'm wondering if we, as a soloist, even though we're by ourselves, if it shouldn't have a little bit more organization in this ritardando, that you're always feeling as if you were conducting. And sometimes I felt it was a little bit not as organized as it should have been. One more try. Counting in half. That's right. So that it's not just, oh, I'll just get there, oh, here I'm ready to play. But that it has some kind of organic, natural feeling.
Have you been to orchestra concerts? No?
Oh, you have one of the greatest orchestras in the world.
But if you follow a conductor, at this point they would be conducting in two. Dee, dee, da, 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 da. But when they get to the ritardando, what they will do, yum, dee, dee, da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So they will start to go into 4 to help the orchestra find it. But the way that you were doing it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It would have been inorganic in that way. So they have to find a way to go from 2 into a 4, and it makes sense for an orchestra sample. Now, you're by yourself, so you can really do whatever you want. But that's just our suggestion as far as the
Good.
time.
Quickly, let's just go into the D flat major. I have a question. Have you played other romantic composers like Chopin, Schumann, Brahms? Have you played any of those? Liszt? No? But you've heard those different composers, right? What do you think makes Mendelssohn Mendelssohn? Why is it different? Because it should be different. It's earlier romantic? Well, he lived around the same time, right? Yeah, slightly earlier. But there's something, you're right, in that it has a little bit more restraint, right? His music is more innocent somehow. It's not quite as outpouring, but that there's a sense of classical qualities, and that the rubato is simpler. It never goes, and sometimes I felt that da 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 ti da ti da di ti. It's very pretty, but somehow it doesn't really sound innocent enough. Meaning, it's simpler, it has expressiveness, but it's not so played around with time. Try one more time. Yes, yeah. So imagine not an older person like me playing, but like a young child, yeah, like you. Yeah, so that it's a little bit less fussy. If that makes sense. Okay? One more try and then we'll have to stop. That's right. A little bit too much stopping. Try there. Right. So we define phrases not so much with time, but with sound. So so it's more innocent, simpler. One more try. I think sounds even more convincing. But bravo, bravo to you. Thank you so much. Very, very good. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful spirit, wonderful characterization. I can tell you really love the piece, yeah?
Yeah.
That's great. Wonderful. What edition is this, by the way? Oh, okay. Looks so different. Okay.
So how long have you been working on this?
2 years.
2 years?
Oh, okay. Good.
It's a big piece. So how old are you now?
13.
Wow. Okay. Very, very good work. This, you have so many great ideas. It's, of course, Polonaise is a big kind of a dance, and so you bring that out very, very well. For me, the bigness of it is sort of like the great thing about this piece, but it also is the most dangerous thing about the piece, because it could be maybe too much the same big all the time. So that's my feeling, is that you have such great ideas, but maybe it needs to have a better structure about how you go about it. So without looking at the score, when's the first time Chopin writes forte?
I think it's in the second page.
Okay. Actually, it's on the first page, but here. So when you start out, you have a sforzando, and this is piano. And then it says sforzando, piano. And then it has a crescendo to a sforzando, but then it says piano. And it has a crescendo to a sforzando, then it says piano. So it's all pianos that I'm missing at the beginning. So somehow it needs to have that kind of structure to really get me excited about it. But if you keep giving me all of that great sound, after a while we kind of get used to it, and then it's not such an exciting thing after a little bit. So I know that's not your intention, so I think we can look more for that. You know,
Yeah, so I agree with my husband. I think it's, especially since you've worked on it for 2 years, do you ever practice looking at the music? Or you have it memorized and you don't look?
Sometimes I'll just go back to check, but mostly I don't really play with the music.
Yeah, and that's really dangerous, because you think you've memorized it, but you want to make sure that you're doing everything that he writes. Make sure you're not playing extra notes, or that you're not playing too few notes, and also making sure we tried his pedalings, some of the pedalings that he writes. And I think most of it can be very successful on the piano. So the other thing, kind of going on top of what my husband said, proportion. So in that, the bigness needs also balance, yeah? So some of the big places was loud, but I didn't always hear what I think you want us to hear. So making sure that the melody, or maybe it's the bass, I don't know, mostly the melody, just needs to make sure you're proportioning it correctly, balancing it correctly. Even timing, like the beginning, you're right, bum, ding, dum. We should take a little time for that slur. That's that kind of mysterioso beginning. But it feels like you have one tempo with the 16s, and then another tempo with the bars that don't have 16s. Yeah? So you want to make sure that those proportions, because when we play things for a long time, Anthony, like sometimes I've played things for over 20 years, each time we do it, we want to make sure we're doing exactly what we think Chopin had in mind. And that we're not just repeating, we have to do a little bit more in order to get the same kind of feeling. Yeah? Making sure that the pulse is not exaggerated, the sound is proportioned properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah, shall we start from the beginning?
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so in your head, of course, there's always a game plan. How big do you want that first crescendo to be? What dynamic level are you going? Yum, bum, tee, dum. What is that sound going to be?
Like mezzo forte.
Mezzo forte?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, I can take it.
Yeah, I could take it too. And then the next sforzando, how big would that be then?
Forte.
Already? Because you have another sforzando here, another sforzando before you get to that forte. Yeah? So to me, of course, the crescendos it's up to you, however you want to do it. But to me, the framework for that is going to be less. In a way, when you have a crescendo to nothing, and it's a short span, that's a single kind of crescendo. When you have a crescendo that's more expanded and it lands on a sforzando, I think those are different. So for me, It's more of a mezzo piano for me. You still can have simmering. It's like water boiling. Simmering is where the bubbles are still underneath the surface. So we don't want to boil over yet. We still want it to simmer. And then with a longer crescendo, then it could be a little bit more. And then another one. And then finally you get to the forte. That's what I'd like to be able to see. So can you try that first page and think about how you're going to get to that forte?
Really well, but the rhythm. Are you counting at all? Bum, ba-da-da-da-da-dee, da. I don't know where. It was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's try it once, more or less in time. Surprising of the harmonies, absolutely, but it's so different, yeah, from bar to bar. So just be careful.
So this is another thing that I always look at, is the phrase construction and how composers use it to help you find your big climax. So the first phrase is how long?
3 beats.
Pardon?
Few beats, he said.
Well, the long phrase goes to there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you do that so we know what that is? Okay, so now we've reached the second phrase. The second phrase is exactly like the first phrase. It's 4 bars. But what happens after that? It's only 2 bars. 2 bars. And then finally you get to there. So what Chopin has done is he skipped the ya-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He doesn't do it anymore because he wants to get to the forte. So 4, 4, then 2 and 2, and then you're going to have this great big climax. So think about where you're going in the first 4, then the next 4, then 2, and then 2, and then finally we arrive. Can we try that one time and then we can go on? Now the second.
About the rhythm is so much better, yeah? I mean, otherwise before was really, really exaggerated and a little confusing and disturbing, yeah, with the timing. Now, when we get to the final, dun, 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 you thought whether that was the first forte. Just make sure that all of that F sticks up more, because somehow it doesn't really cut through, yeah? Can we do maybe, what's a good place? Yeah. One big one. Have you tried it? No, let's try it.
One of the things about using pedal, and Chopin writes a lot of long pedals, and he also writes some very short pedals. We can get into that later. But when you see these long pedals, it's just, to me, it's just the easiest way to make a crescendo. It's just to keep the foot down. But there's also something about it. You know what happens every time you change your foot? You have to start all over again. Because you just eliminated all the sound you had. So every time you keep it on, then it just accumulates, and then it's so much easier. You don't have to worry about it now, but when you get to be my age, you worry about endurance and getting to the ends of things with as much energy as you'd like. Using the pedal is our best friend in that way. Yeah?
Okay, good. Yeah, let's just go right from the beginning. There. Yeah, it's not just loud. It has to be not equally loud. Voiced.
You know, this is a virtuosic piece, but do you know what's actually the hardest, the most virtuosic thing? Is voicing. You know, Chopin so often writes in thirds, he often writes in sixths, as this piece is all octaves. The tops have to be brought out that same way, they have to sing. And so many times, my wife was talking about the focus, it was just a little bit amorphous. It's big sound, but there was not a focus to that sound. So make sure that we hear that clarity. Sometimes it's also just how big you play everything around it.
That's right.
So I tell my students I need more top, but sometimes I don't think you need more top, I just need less of everything else.
Actually, can we just try the right hand with pedal, the way you think it should be sounding? Yes? Good. So what I heard was ta-dee, ta-da-dee, da-da-da, more, right? And then less da-dee, da-da-da-da-da-da-dee. That's what we want?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you have all the left hand stuff, that you have that. And that doesn't get swallowed up by what's going on in the left hand. One more time, both hands. Oh, no, you went da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-da-da. Together, that whatever you're doing, the right hand is going to fulfill what you think Chopin is doing, wants you to do. Yeah? Because sometimes it gets swallowed up. Even the second phrase, dee da da da, I didn't hear it. Da da cha da da da. Right hand alone. Yes, continue. See, I think you too legato, dee da da, lift da da. Right, we want to hear that, so you have to drop on it. You have to come out da da dee da 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 da. Better, yeah? And not too loud here. No, softer here. Right, something like that. Right there, both hands. No, I didn't hear enough G flat. Okay, now partly because you're holding so much with your thumb, this is weak because your weight is still stuck here. Let the thumb go. Yes. Much better. Good. Better.
Very good.
Yeah.
To me, you know, when you're doing da-da-da-da-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum, just be careful that your thumb is not so heavy. I'm hearing that. I need to hear the top of the octave. That's better. That's better.
Much better.
These pedal markings here, they're actually different from what you're doing. You're doing a down, up, down, up, down, up. So you're leaving a space. The way that Chopin marks the pedaling is it's released just before the next octave. So don't do a down, up, down, because it gives us a hiccup effect, I think. And it's a long line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little so good. I lost the melody. I didn't hear it. continue. Wait a minute. One more time on the scale, please. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well,
I know.
Anthony, I want to ask you, you have a crescendo with that scale. Where's the loudest part, do you think? The scale at the end? Really? I think it's here. That's what the scale is coming to. Not there. No, I don't think it's supposed to
Because
hide.
the chord that you have at the very end of this, right? But then that's what you're resolving to, and that's why that E flat in the bass has to be so much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the arrival point.
Yeah, one more time. Okay, so if you make me play so loud, how do I crescendo? You're right. It's a tricky thing. So yada, maybe then softer, then we can crescendo. Does that make sense? Big right here. Too loud soon. Come down, and then we crescendo. Good, but your crescendo went da da dee 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 da. Excellent. Ba 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 ba. So loud, so soon. Yeah, graded, proportionate.
Sometimes when you have a passage like this, they all look the same because it's one phrase mark over that, and then they're all big chords. So, in a way, I know this maybe we could talk more about it at another time. But when you look at the pattern of the left hand, you're going up this way, and then he does that kind of figuration. So, in a way, what you can do is go to here, and then each of these would grow back to the fortissimo. So if you can just unify using the smaller units to get to the bigger one, then you can have an organic crescendo.
Okay, good. Let's jump ahead a little bit because we have to be able to get through the piece. Can we start from the second scale? First thing, you're playing way too many notes. You're playing E flat in that chord. There's no E flat. Do you see what I'm saying? It sounds very different. Yeah? I think if he wanted an E flat, he would have put one in. Yeah? Be careful. That's right. Now, how soft should that diminuendo be? That's my question.
Yeah, I think it's way too soft.
Yeah, because after all, I have the big scale. I'm so sorry. You're going to be that soft. I don't think so. It's the same phrase. It has the same sentence. Yes, it's softer, but I don't think it should be piano. What do you think? Mezzo piano? More. Yeah. I think this is fortissimo, forte, forte. Positive, yeah? Try again. Not too many notes. Yeah, and why did he write the grace and a big roll? Why? If he wanted to be soft, want that? No, I think he's trying to make sound. Better. Yeah, so I would end positive, not quite as soft as you do. Yeah. What shall we do?
Well, I was just going to say, it actually is, it's kind of a new section, but it's not a really new section. It's just a continuation of what we had before, in a way, with the excitement. So that's why when you do it that way, it makes it sound like, oh, it's almost like a second movement. It's not even a second area. So that's why I don't think the tempo needs to be that slow, nor does it need to be that fast. It's just a continuation of the same thing. So you don't want it to
change that much. Be that soft. One more time. And then what notes do you want me to listen to? Oh! Okay, I didn't hear it. You've played it, but everything was swallowed up by that left hand. P-ya-da-da. I don't hear it. It's not like T. Get to the bottom of the key and then release so that the sound changes, not so rough. Yeah. One more time. More weight, more. Even more.
You know, I think that when you use, I know it makes sense because you're the next note you want to play this way. I would just do this with 3, then change to 5. You're going to get a much more beautiful sound that way.
Play by itself with pedal. Okay, so you're already up as when you're playing it, but go down. Just at the end, go around. Yes, that's the sound I want. Mm-hmm. Try it again. Balance.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Do you want to go on to the...
We have 2 minutes. Not even, 1 minute.
1 minute.
30 seconds.
Okay. So when you do this, of course, it's sotto voce. And what you are, of course, you're concentrating on your left hand octaves.
Which was
are
very good.
Excellent work on that. But to me, the concern for the sound of this and was not there. It was a little bit... You know, I tell my students all the time, don't accept what you get. Get what you want. And so, in a way, what I felt was, it was kind of matter of fact, but it needs to be so special. Whatever that sound is, look for that sound, find that sound. Yeah.
I think in general it's too soft. I don't hear the melody enough. Try it again. But the octaves are going to be heavy. I mean, they don't need to be any lighter, otherwise it won't be heard. Yeah, but then you have to somehow the melody has to come over it, has to cut through. Yeah, make sure your shoulders don't rise. That's why I was pressing it down a little bit. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
Okay.
I think
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
know it's not easy to sit there for so long and then have to come up and play. No, many good things. Oops. Go ahead.
Oh, for me, beautiful job. I think you have a really good handle of the piece. You obviously have lots of plans in mind. The execution of those ideas, I think, is probably what we'll talk about mostly. In terms of there's this, I feel like in my lifetime we've kind of swung between using the page as the Bible. Sometimes we use the page as a reference. Sometimes we think that we have to do every single thing that's on the page, and other times we think, well, maybe we should just interpret what's on the page. So it's a little bit hard to know sometimes, I think, where we are in the spectrum right now. But in terms of, there are certain things that I think you cannot change. So if he writes slurs, then I think we have to have slurs. If he doesn't have any slur, then I think we're free to do them or not do them. It's up to us. Same with dynamics. I think if they're there, we probably should do them, but when they're not so obvious, then I think we can choose to play around with them a little bit. Rests are another thing. When you have quarters that have no rest, and then other measures have eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, then I think those absolutely must be adhered to. And it's not just because I'm an obedient person, which I tend to be, but also it's because of how it changes the character, how it changes what you feel when you play something like that. So, for instance, when you have something like this, which is, can you play that? And make sure that you have an eighth rest between each of those left-hand chords. Off. Right. So it's a way off, then long there. But if you kind of do, then it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, then the long chord doesn't have any kind of specialness to it, right?
But then look what he does here. They're all quarters. Why does he do that? But you actually played a nice separation between them. Now, when I do this, I do a kind of finger legato so that I know that I can't use pedal in order to connect those, but you can use a finger legato to help that. To me, it's not just an allegiance to what's on the page, but it's just getting closer to what a composer wanted us to feel. That's what I think.
Yeah, and always like asking why. Why is that? Why is that an eighth note? Why is this quarter note? That kind of thing. Are you done?
I was just going to ask one more question.
Okay, ask one more question.
Do you like this piece? Yeah. Okay. You have to sell it better, to me. It almost felt a little bit too serious for my taste, a little bit too dutiful in a way. I'd love for you to tell me exactly why you like this piece and where the characters change, where it's more charming, where it's actually, Haydn had a great sense of humor, so where's the jokes? There are a lot of them. Finding that kind of character and again, giving it to your audience, that's a great way of involving them in the performance itself.
Mm-hmm. So I agree with my husband with almost everything he said. The one thing I felt, because you have good fast fingers, they're clear, and you're strong, it's good. The one thing I felt throughout that made me wonder why it's not, from a good performance to a great performance, is pulse, rhythm, the vitality of that rhythm. Yours is a little bit undefined. And sometimes from phrase to phrase, or even within a phrase, I felt that relaxation. And I don't think this movement is about relaxation. It's vital. Bum, 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 bum. Even when the character changes. It doesn't relax. There's a certain vitality with that rhythm, and I felt that was missing a lot of the times. Yeah?
I agree.
Yeah.
So let's start from the beginning?
Let's start from the beginning.
Sorry.
ba. You went faster than the first bar. Just a hair. Try it again. Really feel that pulse in your gut. Yeah? Boom. Really feel it.
Sorry.
The pages felt it.
Now, I know that this is micromanaging in a way, but to get that vitality, I think of the eighth notes. Not all the time, but just to establish it in the very beginning. So you're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 after that bar, then I think you'll get into the groove and then you won't have to count in the eighths. But just to set it up in the very beginning so that you have that kind of authority in the rhythm itself. Can you try just thinking the eighth notes? Now you can relax.
I mean, I think it's a good way to practice. I wouldn't necessarily perform with those eighth notes, yeah? I think you just have to somehow, you need to, when you practice, get it correct, and then eventually, I don't think we want to dun, dun, ding, da, da, da. I don't think we should feel like that, yeah? But good, it's already better. So, because the last time, ya da 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 da, that descending thirds was like a different tempo. It was all a little bit too easy, yeah. And if you then choose to give me a little time because of the diminuendo, okay. Yeah. It's a conscious decision, not just kind of, oh, yeah, it's just freestyle playing in the water. But it's vital and it has to be correct. One more time. The first one, yeah. And
very good. The contrast, of course, you have this very authoritative, almost militaristic kind of opening, and then you have this beautiful melody. Now, the first sound, the E flat, has to be that sound. So don't fall into it, and again, it's just a sound that just happened all of a sudden. Intend for something to happen on that first E flat. Then he has this beautiful, this accent on that note. You're doing it, it's what I would call the I'm obedient kind of an accent. But the interpretation of the accent, what is it there for? Why do you think you put an accent on that D flat?
Because it's the transition.
okay, to this from the D to the C. Yeah, but in a way, he's actually making a little bit of maybe a funny joke. Yeah. Here, instead of singing it louder, sing longer. It's just expanding a little bit to give it blossom. Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's the end of a slur. And so most of the time when we do a slur, we
Two-note
do
slur. It's supposed to be
more or
softer.
less. So it would be dee, but maybe he's saying, I don't want it that soft. So that there's a feeling of it. So that's what I mean by interpretation. We have to decide, what does it mean? Not just that we do it, or somehow just not think so much about it. Can we try right on the E flat?
Okay, one more try. Okay, do you think the D flat is slightly too loud?
Yeah.
Just think of it just a little bit suspended, that's all.
The other thing is too, if this is loud and then this is nothing, so maybe a little bit closer to one another, we'll still feel that accent in a way.
Better? Yeah, you see? Dum, bum, 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 bum. That second beat was so much different from before. do the whole bar, please? And right. So it's not just there, but the placement of it is all related rhythmically. Yeah, the pulse has to be very, very clear. Try again. Oh, that's so early. It's so early. You're not counting. Ball. Such a big distance. Forte, piano. Cannot be early, please.
And try not to do a diminuendo on the scale. I think it just goes all the way down to the low E flat. And then that would make you take more time because you have to get rid of that sound in order for that piano to cut through.
No, you're early. You're early. You beat me. Yeah, one more time. It's not good for my heart. I went boom. It's too early. Try again. If anything, late is better. Early is not good, I don't think, for me. Yeah? Okay, one last try.
Okay, that's fine. I think this is a fanfare 5-1. It needs to arrive there. And I think that's the reason for the scale going all the way like that. The change of register, that I think is better now. So the lateness of that. You want to go on?
Yeah, let's go on. We have a different tempo. Be careful. One more try. Count and. That's good, better, yeah?
Yeah, of course you have these great resolutions, and then you have that. I don't want it to be all the way to a piano, but there needs to be an acknowledgement of that. Somehow it just feels clunky when you end that phrase. Can you do the forte at the beginning of that line? Yeah.
To make it hard for us? Please say no. No. I say yeah. It's to make it more alive, laughing, joking. Yeah, dear. You hide yours. Dear. Have at least the first two need to have a bit more accent, I think. Yeah? Yeah. So yeah. Dear. More life to it, yeah? Do from the bar before, do you know where it is? Good, maybe, diminuendo, because we have to get to this part. Yeah, one more time. Nice. Now when you get to here, those long notes are gorgeous. Yeah, sing it, please. Right there. Okay, not quacking. Hands together, just voice the G. So, if I was to analyze it a little bit, this does not come in time. Just a little bit later. character of the music calls for it. But to change the pulse somewhere here doesn't make sense. Yeah, if that makes sense to you. So I would practice with the metronome, and then practice counting, that you are feeling every one of those beats. Yeah, I remember one of my teachers used to tell me, you should feel every beat with the gut. I mean, by the end of that first practice session after the lesson, I was like, getting a stomach ache, contracting every beat like that. But inside, you should be counting. Yeah, music has to be alive, has to have pulse. Good. One more time from here. No, I need more G. Good. So the G's tall, the F is less. 2 beats later. Better?
Is it possible you could hear just a little bit more on the soprano formates?
Do the first one. Yeah, and I think it's too long. Can you be a little bit more short? He doesn't slur the left hand. Try. Yeah. So again, this is part of his humor, to put the forzando there in the middle, and so many notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes. It's not supposed to be hidden. I think it's supposed to be out there.
Yeah, and the thing about these forzandos here, they don't have 2 minutes. Wow, they don't have pianos after
3.
them. It's just forzandos. So just what I was saying before, whenever we see a string of forzandos, it actually implies a crescendo. So I don't know that I would go but
Yeah, each one
and
more.
move towards that next bar. Can we try that? First, second, and now. That's it. Very good. I like your allegiance to feeling the dominant tonic. It almost feels a little bit weak, though, when you kind of do that. So just feel this.
Just
and
a little less.
if you want to, you could actually do a crescendo too, because you could make more of this and then fill this with that. And it would lengthen the line as well.
Right on it. See, I think it's too loud first.
Now,
Yeah, and Haydn writes single voice. Then he brings 2 voices. Should that be less or should it be more? Yeah, I didn't hear it. Try. Good, that's already better, Emily. Now, why did he put a triplet there? For fun, exactly. It's a different character. It's like, I'm going, never mind. Can you somehow show me a change of heart, change of mind? I think the sound should be different. More. Yeah, but see, they sound all the same. Wait, different sound. Good. So I would exaggerate a lot when there's 2 hands. I don't need that big a break, but I want it to be a different sound. Yeah, try it again, and different articulation as well. Good, and maybe just the slightest bit of time before the triplet. Good. If the triplet was softer, we're almost there. One more try. More. Good. And all of it, all this kind of soft sound. Yeah, one more time. pa 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 pa. That's right.
Yeah, I know you're being very, very strict with these having wedge staccatos over those eighth notes, and that one doesn't have it. To me, I think they're all the same. I don't think of them as being longer. I know you do. But I think it's just more like that.
But don't change. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
Don't rush. Don't rush. Yeah. Sing. Yeah, the drama. A lot. Yeah, drama. Better.
But the magical part is the change from D flat to D natural. That is the reason why that crescendo only happens right there. So make sure you hear that.
So I'm thinking maybe you are too dry already, yeah? Whatever the notes are.
See,
Can you make it different? Good, and don't crescendo right away. Wait until there, yeah?
yeah. Here, again, you could do, but I think it would be better. Bum, 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 bum. Shorter. Bum, 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 for me.
Wait a minute, that's a quarter. Why is that so short? Yeah? Ba-bum. Yeah? Yes! He wants you to enjoy. Oh, see how clever I am? If you both short, we didn't know something happened. Yeah? It's a quarter note. Yeah? One more time. Bum, bum. Yes? Wait a minute. Quarter, 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 8, 16, yeah? So you cannot be long and the left hand will get short. You like the right hand more? Yeah, pa pa poo, you poo poo poo. Same. Better. And you're early in your rest. Yeah. Dee-dum, dee-dum. Hear an echo. Dee-dum. The last two beats. Hear an echo in that rest. Try. No, do before. Yeah. Pa 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 pa. And on. Right. Yes. Wait a minute. Forte. And he gives you 4-note chords and rumbling bass. Don't hide it. Come on, let's give it to me. Oh. And. Da dee da da. Yeah, like what my husband said earlier. These are too wet and soggy. Boom, boom, yeah. Ooh, my hands together. Ooh, still not together. Right. Yeah. So really, really focusing on those finer details is going to make a huge, huge difference. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so long, right? For 2 hours, and then have to play the last movement. Don't even get the first 2 movements to warm up. Yeah. So no, very, very good. Many, many good things. Exciting thing. Yeah.
So we'll start with a couple of questions. What to you are the signature characteristics of Beethoven? What makes Beethoven different from anybody else?
Well, do you mean by the third movement?
Yeah, or in general, but yeah, lots of anything you see in the
Third
third
movement, the tension,
Yeah,
explosive, rapid, like the beginning.
exactly.
That's like the
Exactly.
characteristic.
Very, very good answer. What else?
There's also a sudden change in like dynamic character, like movement and tempo.
Very good, very good. There are so many things. Of course, the temperament of Beethoven is just singular. I mean, just so strong and so in your face in a way. Just very, very strong. The sharp contrast between fortes and pianos. But there's also this inner logic about the way Beethoven writes. And you know, if you look at any of his manuscripts, you saw there were probably more pages where he crossed things out than there was actually stuff that he eventually left. And the precision of just how many notes there are in any measure, or what kind of figuration he uses. So for me, a lot of the discovery process in Beethoven is just asking why. Why does he do that? Why does he do the dynamics at this point? Why does he not let you crescendo? And in other places he says you can crescendo. Why is it that he writes staccatos over certain things? There are just lots of questions I keep asking myself. But all of them lead towards this unbelievable kind of a plan for the entire movement. So that, you know, when he writes fortissimo, it's very rare. We think of him as being this dynamic guy, and there's just all of this kind of bigness about his playing, yes, but he always reserves it. He knows exactly when he wants it, and so everything that we do leads up to those kinds of points. So we'll be talking about how you lead up to that. Just one last thing, and I'll let my wife say something, is that when you have these sforzandos, again, we were talking about it earlier, but Beethoven was really the one that set that mark for us, in that when you see a series of them, they mean crescendo. So
each one should get
each
louder.
one should get a little bit louder. So the only one dynamic level that you have at the very beginning is the piano. And then it says sforzando. There's no crescendo, just sforzando. Then here again, no crescendo, just another sforzando. No crescendo, another sforzando. Now he has crescendos and more sforzandos until we get to the forte. Every time he played a sforzando, to me it was exactly the same sound. So it needs to be gradually louder, and that's what makes that much more exciting. It just felt a little bit too, you're giving me all this stuff, but then after a while I got so much of it I don't care about it so much. But if you save it for just those special moments, then we really savor it when we get it. Do you want to?
Good, I agree.
Shall we just try it
Let's
at the
try it
beginning?
again, yeah.
And see if we can just hold everything back.
Okay, not the tempo. Your tempo before was great. Now it's slow.
A little bit slow.
Same tempo,
Okay.
just not too loud.
Actually, can you do it for me, just the first sforzando? Give me the sound that you want. No, just
Sforzando.
the sforzando. Yeah.
This, that's
Right.
right.
That's way
It's
too
way
loud.
too loud.
Way too loud for the first one. You know, if I see a piano and I see it sforzando, I think that sforzando is more like a mezzo piano. That's all.
Okay.
If I see a sforzando in a forte passage, then I'm going to think forte plus. But it's just a little bit more than what area it exists in. So the first one, it exists only within a piano. So it's just mezzo piano.
Should I?
Yeah, start again now. Good, and that's the first time he writes forte. So that's where we're going toward. This happened earlier when we were talking about in the Chopin, where the phrase structure, he gives you these long leads into the sortando. And then after a while, he gets rid of them. So instead of having 2 bars of arpeggio, it's only 1 bar. So that's what creates that excitement. So you have to go with it. So here, when he writes the word crescendo, that's where you want to do the maximum. And then also make sure you help with the left hand. Yeah. Can you try that all one more time?
Yeah. Make sure we don't, even though we're playing softer, we don't lose tempo, because I really liked your tempo before. One other thing, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I feel like it's all right hand. I never hear C sharp, and then B sharp, then B natural. Yeah? The way how it moves down in the bass. Make sure I hear it. At least the first note. B sharp. B natural. A. They're missing.
Yeah.
They're really, really too soft. Yeah? Just give it a little bit, because otherwise we don't know. It's like we're playing. We don't know we're walking in air. I have no floor to walk on, to run on. Yeah, it's a little bit too. I need that. I need the bass line.
Try one more time.
Yeah, tempo too slow. That's the idea.
That's
yeah,
better. That's
yeah.
better.
But really, really try hard to hear that how that bass line moves down. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay, so shall we continue right where you stopped? Yum, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's the dynamic?
The dynamic. Well, forte.
Yeah, forte. This is the climax. This is, and then he takes you on for that. I know how difficult that passage is, but you have to give us a full forte all the way through. That's what we need. 16ths and then the 8ths in the left hand. Do you want to?
And I think it needs to. He writes a slur, right? So I think you can use more pedal. You're not helping yourself. Blah, 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 blah. Change every half a bar.
Okay.
Pedal, change, pedal, pedal. Yeah, you're barely using any. You only touch it for one beat. You're so nervous. Keep it longer, longer. Better. And then nothing when the staccato. Pop, 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 to make a difference between legato and forte. Use all the things with your foot to help it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Try again. Ryan, forte, come on, you're playing mezzo piano. Pedal, 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 da 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 da. Better, yeah? So we need to somehow feel this G sharp, all these G sharps that's vibrating. Like a crazy person, yeah? Lost in the storm.
Okay. Should I?
Try again. Short. Yep. Better.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. So, what have you been doing? All of this is a G sharp pedal. Basically, he wants to go back to that. And so all of this is just a dominant filler, basically. And then yum bum 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 bum. How long do you hold it? As long as it needs to get back to the dominant tonic. So don't just be perfunctory about yum ba ba. Listen to that yum ba. And
Yeah,
then
and I don't
find
think
it.
there should be silence. He would have put a rest there if he wanted it.
Okay.
Ah, it's 5 to 1. Yeah? Okay. How are you doing these rotations? Do you think of it like going back and forth?
Kind of.
Okay. I don't think that works at this tempo. So I would hold the G sharp the top. Now flap this way. Data. So it's only this motion. It doesn't go back and forth. This is too much work. You're flapping on that side only.
Okay.
Hold the G sharp for now. Flap. Bop, 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 bop. Right, so that you're flapping onto like you're turning a doorknob. Yeah. Bop, 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 bop. Good. And now instead of everyone, that's too much work. Do use the beats. Okay, now lift the fifth finger. Right, but don't actively try to play it. It will happen because this flapping is going to cause this fifth finger to play. You don't have to work on that G sharp, the high G sharp. Just flap on the bottom. Good. Not each one. Aim for the beat.
Better. So now two hands, and then we try that.
Pedal. Hold it. Pedal it. So there's no silence. No. Yeah, shake the neck.
Okay. Should I?
Well, just play the low G sharp.
Hold, pedal it.
And then
Off.
release.
Right. Do you understand? Yeah.
Okay. Try it now. Right on this. No, this is okay. We'll go on. Back to piano.
Bass. I need the G sharp. Right. So I need to go. I need to hear that bass.
The pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Just where it changes.
Okay.
Downbeat, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Downwards.
then this is the first time he writes crescendo on the arpeggio. The first time. So he wants us to really, really drive. And I think that you're not actually doing one. And then I also think that you can use some pedal in that last bar again to help create more sound. So it's just, again, it's an interpretation. He never writes crescendo. Now he says crescendo. So then we have to figure out what do we do to get that. Can we try it back from there one more time?
Just exaggerate that fifth finger. Yes. I don't hear it.
Now crescendo. Yeah.
That's the idea, yeah? Really just accent it so I can really, really hear. One more time. Good. Good.
Crescendo.
See, you don't use the pedal at all. I would. That second bar. Yes. Help you. Help yourself.
How old are you?
16.
You don't drive yet?
No.
Okay. Well, if you were driving, it'd be like going 10 miles an hour. So you just push a little bit on that to get a little bit of holding over. You don't want to floor it because then that's going to cover up the staccatos that you have in the left hand. But if you have some staccato pedal, then you'll be able to hear that cut through that. Can you try that line there? The first
Right there, yeah.
line? Yep. Low G.
That's it.
So if you have this note here is G sharp, then the next bar A sharp, and the next bar is, and then ba. So it's going up all the time. So you don't want to hear this. It's all the same. It actually is leading us forward. So we don't want to get too loud, but hear that movement. And then when he says crescendo, then you use the same thing, G sharp, A sharp, B. Finally arrive on
Actually, I prefer not to grow at all, the first 4 bars.
You-
Because then we can really feel the crescendo.
But you can hear it moving upward. You can
Yeah.
do it without crescendo.
Okay.
I know. Let's try from there. Yeah.
From the piano, yeah.
More.
More.
And
And
now.
forzato, loud.
Keep it going. All the way to here. Yeah. So, of course, you have long notes, but the left hand is there for you to use, but you're laying back on it and you're not using it to sustain the forte or make it bigger.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's what he's got it there for. He's helping you. And more, and all the way to there. Good.
Good,
Very
continue.
good. Good. Go on.
You know, when you see the word crescendo, what should it say? What should get louder is already loud?
Yeah.
No. When you see crescendo, it has to get louder. In fact, you should. When you see it in Beethoven, especially, you should think to yourself, "Oh, I have to be the softest. Then I can get louder."
Crescendo
Yeah.
is the low point.
It's the low point. It's the softest point.
Okay.
Fortissimo chord. Down from here. Yeah. Oh, too low. Too low.
Right here.
Ah.
Okay. And you want to sustain that forte all the way to the end of that phrase.
Yeah.
You know, I just wonder here, of course, he writes the eighth note. Here he writes quarter notes. Of course, they're on the downbeat, so I understand why you probably react to that, but I would actually maybe play these a little bit longer. So that the next time it has that contrast. So he could have written eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, but he says quarter notes. Then there he writes the rest. So I think that you
To
can
sustain a bit longer.
Yeah.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Start from there. Yeah.
You're so loud already when you see crescendo. It's already super loud. It's not exciting because it's already loud.
Okay.
Don't diminuendo. Bam! Pa even gives you extra note. There's 3 notes in that chord. He doesn't want it to hide. Forte, forte. Da-dee. Big, 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 and then it's piano, right? I don't know why you're holding that 5th finger like that. First, I can't. Why are you holding that D sharp? Why are you holding it? He doesn't tell you to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you do that, it gives you actually more power.
Yeah,
Do
don't
all
hold
of
it.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But loud, right?
Should I?
Yeah, please. And
Good. In this section, just make sure you're still in 2.
Yeah. It feels a little bit like
Like
that
you're thinking
every 8th
quarters.
note.
Yeah. So think half notes,
Half bars.
half bars. Good. Now, can you internalize the beats? Internalize the beats. Don't make them so obvious. Feel it. Yum, bum, 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 bum. But you're giving me a healthy accent, so it makes it feel like he's written sforzandos there, and they're none.
Okay.
The downbeat is forte though. Boom, boom. Short, short.
It's the
Yeah.
downbeats actually that are too long. Yep. Short, short.
Better. These fortes are too wimpy. Bum, 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 bum. Forte.
Okay.
Try it again. Bum, 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 bum. Crescendo. More, dee, dee. Right. I would pop, 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 pop. Much more sound. It's very exciting. Forte.
You know, if you just look at it, it says piano piano crescendo, and then the forte is sustained for a whole bar.
No diminuendo.
No diminuendo. So you know, bum 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 bum, and then start all over again. Yeah, that's the exciting part. Can you start softer? Can you start softer? Yeah, it's piano. Now crescendo. Bum 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 bum. Now crescendo. Bum 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 bum.
I need the rest. You cannot go da da la 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 da yep, short. I need
Can
the
you
rest.
do it? Don't use pedal, just for now.
Here?
Yeah.
No pedal.
No pedal. No pedal.
Okay. Now, if you want, actually, the first 2 or 3 bars, I wouldn't even actually use any pedal. You could add it as you do the crescendo. But that pedaling that you were doing before was clouding all of the rest. And then the staccatos were actually not staccato. So,
Get your hand out of the keys. Yeah.
So the pedal should come in here.
Yeah, but not just at the beginning. Try it again. Add pedal, better. Okay, whoa. There's no rest here. Why aren't you holding it with your foot? Something. Can't go down.
Okay.
Yeah, he writes that. Go ahead. Hold the pedal. Better. Okay, so last time before there were these big holes. Yeah, I would definitely use the pedal.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yes.
Crescendo means soft, big, and then suddenly. Okay?
Okay.
do you want to do?
We have to stop.
Yeah. Oh, we do. Just one little thing.
Yes.
Something that we hear a lot when you're doing these arpeggios. Just do you realize that these are only 16ths now, not 30 seconds?
Oh.
Yeah. So those are half the speed of those. Can you try?
Yeah, let's try that.
G.
No.
What's an octave higher? Right.
Do you want to? Is this a better place to start?
Okay.
that-
Then next.
Okay, and that chord is in the wrong register. Try it again. Yeah. Right. It goes there. Too many notes. Just 4. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
No. Octave higher. Octave higher. Why had too many notes? No, the chord was correct. We just had too many.
Yes. Just the 4 notes.
B sharp. There you go. Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
Da. Slower. Right. Something like that. Okay. So
just be careful of
because
that.
these 2 bars are not correct. Yeah.
Okay, and again, this is a Beethoven-like pedaling all the way through. So you're actually changing every time your hands cross. So
So should
just
I just hold it?
one
I would.
one per bar.
I will.
Yeah, or 1 for 2 bar. Whoops. No,
Don't change it.
Don't change it. Just hold it. And then
Okay, we have to stop. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Ryan, maybe if you just stand over there for a minute, because we're going to have a photo with everybody.
Do you want us to stay here?
Yes, I want you to stay here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much. This was absolutely fantastic. Aren't they great? Really, this was very enlightening for absolutely everyone. And anyone who wants to stay or come back at 5 o'clock, we have our Academy Master class. But I'd like all the students to come up and take a picture with Alvin and Angela. Second,
Everybody
social.
say. Oh.
Oh, there's a, oh, it's the record.